Welcome to Rainbow Sketching, your go-to place for mastering the art of drawing. Today, we are tackling one of the most nuanced and expressive parts of the human face, the mouth. From understanding its anatomy to crafting realistic shading and even exploring stylized techniques, we'll cover it all. Let's dive in. Before enumerating complicated notions of anatomy, I would like to simplify everything to basic geometric shapes. The mouth can be easily described with just a few cylinders and spheres. As shown in the time-lapse, the volume of the mouth fits perfectly within the geometric shapes I initially drew. This exercise is necessary because it helps you correctly identify the volumes that forms the components of a mouth. For the next part, I want to apply the concept of volume that I just described to several perspectives. As you can see, the mouth maintains the same volumes regardless of the angle from which it is viewed. This consistency is crucial for understanding how to draw the mouth accurately in different orientations, ensuring that the forms remain believable and cohesive. To better understand the volumes, I focused on capturing some of the surrounding parts of the mouth, such as the nose and the folds that can add ears to a face. It is essential to observe how each feature connects and integrates with the others, creating a cohesive structure that defines the expression and form. Now that you understand the concept of volume, I'd like to introduce some anatomical aspects of the lips. First, let's discuss the philtrum, which is the part that connects the lips to the nose and resembles a V-shaped valley. Next, the transition between the vermilion, the reddish part of the lips, and the rest of the face is known as the vermilion border. This border is typically lighter in color compared to the surrounding areas. The oral commissure refers to the point where the upper and lower lips meet, which appears very dark due to the absence of light in this crevice. Cupid's bow, on the other hand, is the area that connects to the philtrum and is shaped like a bow. Lastly, the tubercles are the more convex, pronounced regions of the lips that contribute to their overall shape and structure. A common mistake I often see is misunderstanding the plane to which the lips are attached. Many beginners draw lips as if they rest on a flat, straight plane, but in reality the plane beneath the lips is curved. This curvature is a result of the way the teeth are positioned on the gums, creating a natural arch that influences the shape and placement of the lips. Recognizing this curved foundation is essential for achieving a realistic representation. When drawing lips in a real scenario, it's helpful to think of them as being attached to a cylinder. This approach ensures that you avoid drawing flat, 2D lips and helps you achieve more realistic shading by considering the planes of the lips and their relationship to the curved surface of the cylinder. Additionally, I want to emphasize an important aspect: how the lips naturally turn inward as they approach the corners of the mouth. This detail is key to capturing the depth and dimensionality of the lips. An easy way to draw three-dimensional lips is by using an M shape to represent the oral commissure and a W shape for the area below the lower lip. This method helps you visualize how the lips bulge in both the upper and lower regions, while also highlighting the space and depth created by the oral commissure. It's a simple yet effective technique to establish volume and form. Realistic lips can be challenging to draw because they contain a variety of complex shapes and transitions. There are areas that bulge, such as the upper and lower lips, and a subtle ridge that defines the transition between the lower lip and the chin. The Cupid's bow stands out with its sharp contours, while the areas near the corners of the mouth tend to flatten. Additionally, parts of the lips roll inward, creating depth and dimension. Capturing this variation is key to achieving a lifelike depiction. The muscle around the mouth, particularly at the oral commissure, shape expressions through coordinated movement. The orbicularis oris controls lip motion, while the zygomaticus major lifts the corners for smiles, and the depressor anguli oris pulls them down for frowns. Together, these muscles create the subtle dynamics of human expression. Next, I want to emphasize that the human skull doesn't change with facial expressions. For this reason, I recommend that you first learn to draw the skull from different perspectives to understand its bony landmarks. If you'd like, feel free to share your thoughts in the comments, and perhaps in the future I'll create a tutorial on how to draw the human skull. In the practical part of this video, I want to focus on showing how the mouth changes based on the emotions we experience. First, let's start with the emotion of amazement. In this case, everything stretches vertically, even pulling the nostrils. The teeth, tongue, and the lower part of the bottom lip are visible, while the chin folds into several layers. In contrast, let's consider the expression of a fake smile. Here, everything stretches horizontally, the lips roll inward, becoming almost invisible, and the mouth corners are very pronounced. Next, let's examine the expression of anger, especially when someone is about to swear. The lips are tense and slightly raised, exposing the teeth, while the nose lifts upward. This expression seems to be evolution's way of mirroring angry wild animals. Think of a wolf baring its teeth. Another expression is when you imitate someone in an exaggerated way, making them look worse than they actually are. This expression involves visible face folds and the pulling of the corners of the mouth. Now, let's look at the expression when lifting something very heavy or making a significant effort. The lips become nearly invisible and stretch horizontally, forming a swollen circle structure below the bottom lip. When it comes to kissing, it's a fascinating expression. The lips take a volcano-like shape, becoming extremely tense and centered. This creates many wrinkles and the mouth corners become deeper than usual. For the next part, I'll explore a subtle smile from different perspectives in grayscale. In each perspective, the corners of the mouth are the focal point and appear the darkest. Additionally, the face folds are visible, pulling the nostrils horizontally and slightly widening the nose. Finally, let's consider a full tooth smile. Everything about the subtle smile is exaggerated here. The teeth are fully visible and all the facial details such as the folds and mouth corners become even more pronounced. For the final part of this video, I want to explore how to draw a mouth in a more stylized way. When creating a stylized mouth, the lips are often simplified or even left out entirely, allowing the focus to remain on the overall expression rather than detailed realism. A helpful approach is to imagine the mouth as part of a sphere. Draw it on the surface of the sphere, letting the angle of the sphere guide the mouth's perspective. Once you've mastered the outer structure, it's equally important to understand the internal anatomy of the mouth. This includes the teeth, tongue, and gums. When drawing, you can start with these internal elements before moving on to refine the design with more intricate details. After grasping the basic of stylizing a mouth, it's worth noting that many people simplify the mouth into just a single line. Only when the mouth is open do they begin to include its internal structure. In two-dimensional art styles, the upper and lower lips are often excluded altogether, allowing the design to emphasize the basic form instead. Thank you for watching this tutorial on drawing the mouth. If you found this video helpful, Give it a thumbs up, share it with your fellow artists, and don't forget to subscribe for more in-depth drawing tutorials. Until next time, keep creating!